knows exactly where to go. Queasy Vino, though, they've been hoarding so many mats. They've had to move about 2 boxes in 3 zones. Now they have so much to work with. Their potential can be so sky high. Della and Pixie, though, top 5 in 1 major is not enough. They want to win a game in the second.
Yeah, but this next zone pool will be critical, right? Because we saw Queasy and Vino down beneath them. We see a couple other teams who might look to try to take height, but these guys will be ready for it. We know they like to fight. Cammy and Seti, they're not looking up at height right now. No, no, no. They're focused on claiming space down low, and there are players on this layer, but they're the ones ahead right now.
They're trying to get swampy with it, mixing and blocks up interruptions from box to box, but now they have to go. They found the refresh in the match that they need. Are they still on par to stay all the way up front and on zone? Cammy Seti starting to clear out boxes down below. They have to kind of work overtime though. 150 below, still getting struck by lightning from the sky. They can hide down here, but the damage will find them. Surge stop for now. They'll go all the way towards the backside and Blade up top.
And right now going up and over the rest of the lobby into that zone. Trulex and Chicho right now just trying to stay alive in this game. But you see Queasy and Veno, I knew it would happen.
How?
I saw them on second height. That zone pool was so critical. They had the perfect time and they looked up, chopped height and took it. I didn't even have to see it and I know that's what happened. And now they sit above the rest of the lobby.
It's gonna be scary. They have so many mats to work with. Cammy lost Seti. Can only trust himself to do the damage now and stay in the game, but he gets shot down. His journey from game 1 having an effect on this second. Then Reason and Janice were looking to be a passive voice in that first game. This time want to scream out loud that we are here to stay. Is their boss strong enough as we watch Dirty in this clutch? Looking on all sides, he has no more floors to step on. Let it on down, and all of the shots hitting so hard. Somehow he's found a way to be invisible inside the zone. What a big, absolute alley-oop to the backside, and then he drops down again from where he just came from. Another shot on a scene that no one can see him.
I don't know how he's still alive. Can he get that loot? I don't really think so. He's searching for it in the back of the zone now.
How is he here?
It's going to be really tough. You've got to think somebody's going to stop him soon. There's players right there looking at him, but he plays up right at the perfect time.
Right underneath Vino, so he can't actually get struck down. He's still allowed to be alive. Finally finds a few mats, but Zangi stops him. A bounce back for Vino and Queasy is huge. They have metal that's already locked down, and they're looking to shoot even more.
And this is the time, and Vino's going to have to start dropping low, trying to take fights with all these players, right? You see him hunting with that shotgun in hand.
First target might be Reason. Looking from box to box. No one on this layer just yet. Vino, the hunter. What can he find? Vixen and Blotch Prey weak all the way down below. And many teams will start to fall to this layer, so they have to bolster up fast. This is the last time you can actually just even look for loot. Janice and Reason start to go to ultimate low. Mixon on the backside of the wall, but someone he edits so much chaos in a blink of an eye. He's down. Somehow Reason has sunglasses on. It doesn't flash him at all. He actually falls too. Vino now is finding and putting down pressure on every single duo and just studying the needle so well from build to build, working in and out of the zone. Every angle just ends the game. Queasy Vino here to play. Gonna drink more than what can fill in their cup, though. I mean, they've had a very good game so far. A few more teams go down. Now they look good on Surge. They were looking bad moments before. This is an insane comeback story, though, in terms of just this game. Queasy, Vino, back in action. Match looking good. Cammy, Seti, in terms of Brutal Bastion, know exactly how to navigate as well. Especially if zones keep pulling in. Traffic jam. Trap played up, but Seti doesn't even get scathed at all.
That could have went really badly with that player hiding in the corner. They didn't realize, but it doesn't punish them. They can keep moving.
Looking more dangerous now because they're not electing to go to low ground immediately. They're just waiting to pull that trigger a little bit later. That's exactly the adjustment they needed to make. Carmi Vanyak, though, might be the leaders of the lobby, but they're in trouble.
Yeah, down on Surge, but what position to be in where you're down on Surge, you can pop some spare slurps and start to make your move. That gives them the freedom to keep making their rotation in.
I love this blade style all the way under height, so you're not really focused. Get second height for free indeed. Thomas HD with a pulse rifle.
Oh, man.
If you're here for classic EU type plays, get your seatbelt strapped in, because now he has high ground too.
And this is why we said the pulse rifles in their hands are so powerful. They will just melt high ground and take it for themselves. Queasy and Vino still alive in this one, all the way down below though. Box to box, in each other's faces and picking up limbs along the way. They're gonna keep moving though. Kinetic blading now towards the front of the zone, but taken out. And Vino falls as well. Both of them going down in a flash.
Made Mess look organized, but just did not have enough time to keep seeing out the rest of the game. Chicky and Trulex with a shot on the Vanyak. That's the lobby leader. And they'll be able to keep moving on this high ground layer. It's been so tough to maintain, but this duo somehow has stayed side by side.
You see, oh my goodness, Thomas Rodriguez melting everybody from above. If you go up, you will fall down, and not by your own mercy, not by your own might. They will be the ones to chop you out. These guys are on a tear right now, and everybody in the lobby is feeling it.
500 damage in 2 seconds. Left click's not stopping. Trigger's not being held back. We're stashed now, left alone after one big jump. Not much else to say or do. No one can really fly sky high.
And I know this guy is capable of solo clutches, but this one's going to be difficult. The chunk splashes will give him a bit more time in zone, but the builds aren't there. He needs to start thinking about using that shotgun and putting it to good use. He has to get up over this glacier though, has the kinetic blade to do so, but once he does get into zone, you've got to start worrying about all these different players around you. Finds a clear layer for a second, but there is a player down beneath, and he misses that shot, can't afford to miss many more.
Ooh, it's a whole duo. Gonna be Link going down. Peak arrow left behind. Mustache gets exactly what he needs to keep playing the game, but once again, he tried to go to the sky. It's owned by Thomas HD. Malibuka beside him. Those pulse rifles just pack such a punch, and no one can really have any type of breath in the air.
It's so easy for them, right? They see those players blading in a straight line, and they just have to practice, and we know their aim's on point. Shakos and Skydoon down below, gonna try to do something, but we see the story, the script's been there. Thomas and Malibuka on an absolute tear.
The anti-air turret now has to go for a fight on the ground, but give Thomas a pixel, he'll give you 132 damage. And then another pre-fire. 1v2 doesn't need teammates. Thomas HD ends the game.
An angle, and then to get ahead of that team, right? Prioritize the positioning over taking the fight. And now these guys are sitting in an even more comfortable position.
This is huge. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Irazumi, Sined, when it comes to influence, when it comes to not actually just hiding from things, having protocols to get you to the end of the game, when it comes to control, power, dominance on the field, these guys have pulse rifles and ultimate high ground. They'll see people move, and I talked about it already, when you have to move over water, when you're moving with 20 teams, when you're accounting for surge, you're not gonna have mats. That's one of the best things for a high ground team with pulse rifles. Mustache and Tayson also work really well against people who are very desperate. They'll bait layers below them even when they don't even exist, and Mustache does it again, finds a few tags, they're good on surge, they have to move now.
And even their materials in this lobby look fruitful compared to what a lot of the other players will be looking and working with.
These players who are trying to work as soon as they get out of their box. I mean, for Mr. Savage, he tried to move Irazumi from up high, those pulse rifles, one second of beam, he's gone.
And we know how powerful they are. The deal, having to play this one out as a solo, but I've seen so many great solo moments from him this season, and we might just get another one in our hands, putting that SMG to good use. Tayson Mustache though, still alive, haven't quite hit the heights of their game one win, but now trying to make something happen, blading their way through onto zone, and ahead of all these other teams.
Oh, I see Queasy rising above. You can kind of see his spin like a shark above water, going for high ground. Not really collapsing on it just yet. This will be up against Irazumi, against double pulse rifles. It will be tough. Meanwhile, Vidil, really good solo clutch in the makings right now. Has that slurp ticking, has a spot a little bit closer to that low ground. Check out Sky, they're gonna be pressuring him. They're gonna go all in for that box. It's gonna be very tough for him to live. Vidil on the bottom side, Flixie going up towards the sky too. Vino looking to actually claim it and hold it. Is anyone else gonna challenge is the question. Sit up on the backside, gets challenged, knocked down. No one's trying for it, they have it again.
Pushing people off, but still looking now to make sure they solidify it. Cammy and Say are down below, and they still have some materials. We're gonna have to start thinking about how to get some more. Playing low ground in this lobby is much, much more difficult with it going over the water. They needed to start pulling towards the islands.
Not an option for Cammy and Seta yet, which means basically no points to accumulate in terms of eliminations. Reese and Janice, kind of in that same circumstance. They want to be able to dip to low to at least have a little bit of a chance to breathe, but that's not going to be possible, so they will get chipped away as they rotate towards their next box, their next layer. Now side by side against boxes down to wood. It's going to be tough. Mustache finds another as him and Tayson get split apart. It's up to him to solo this game, and he goes back and forwards into ground that doesn't exist, into the water, and somehow still finds himself alive.
The zone keeps pulling over water though, so these mats are just going to continue to be burned through. But Dill's making it happen though, running into a box, picking up Sided, and looking for even more. He's picked up Pandelex now, but Dill is on a tear. He has the pulse rifles, and he has a pathway to the zone.
Power in Vidil's inventory, but what can he actually do with it? Some mats to use as well. I drop map, down low, bounce back. How does that look in this claustrophobic layer? On all sides, the mats are dwindling, running low. The corners of your screen turning dark. You're not sure exactly where to shoot. No one's making the first edit. No one's going down just yet. You have to force something. Spray on the walls. Matt looks for it, but can't find anything.
The zone just pulled far, and it's pulling far again. These guys are going to have to make the last of these couple of builds because they don't have any more left. The shotguns need to start connecting. They have the angle, they have the peak, and they have the shotgun pellets. Hitting one, Gravity falls before Matt falls as well. iDrop has to respond. He's looking to try to solidify that. That's 4 points added to the tally.
Finds the finish. An enemy swims right below him, and iDrop can't even see. 29 HP to work with. As just a few more duels left alive. Reason gonna be his next target, and he strikes from down below. Trapped. Will he have a chance to breathe again? He's just trying to outlast things, play for that placement. 4 more duels gone down. Huge decision from iDrop. Mixon now back in tow with his duo. Him and Blotcha have a chance to win too.
Mixon just focused on staying alive. They didn't quite realize, but now they do. They know he's below. They'll drop down, try and take him out. Don't have that fall. Won't chop it. iDrop will try and respond, but he's no match. Mixon and Blotcha have it easily. Vino now dropping down. He wants to close out the game. He doesn't even want to give them a chance to breathe and realize it's a 2v2. He drops down, picks up one, looks for the other, and it's done. Queasy and Vino, another victory for this team.
They'll have a 1-second pocket here in just a moment as 2 different squads are fighting for heights. 500 damage above. Their only goal is just to try to win this game, and there it is. As Asa tries to build, Vino goes for it, but chooses to just let it linger for a bit longer. They had a chance. They won't try to bite fully. Just have a little bit of a taste before he gets another. Inside the feed, beam from height, so it's dangerous to even try to go for the sky.
Some free materials there, but Dill didn't pick up the brick though, and so that might cost him down the line as he starts to run out of mats. And then, like you said, the chop does come through. Vino and Queasy, they want to hold on to it. They are going to land on Slow Bay gets picked up, picked off. Queasy does the damage. Vino finishes it off.
And that's a mat refresh for Vino. That's more time available on height. That's dominance from a team that's won almost 2 games today. It's huge for Queasy and Vino. Trying to go for the third. Camiseti on low ground. Yeah, they had everything set up for success, but it's just so hard to be consistent on this type of layer.
While those guys were fighting for height, these guys were fighting for positions down low, and so many mats being expended as a result of it. Another instance of a team trying to take their high ground from them, Shayo.
Vino's not going to stop. Him and Queasy have set up shop here on height, looking to buy all real estate inside the sky. And they might not have pulse rifles. They have the red eyes and they have the aim. Vidil going for a few chops of his own on the left side. A solo trying to get as many points as possible here in game number 5.
And he's doing a good job staying alive, beating out duos in this stage, but he needs to stay alive a bit more longer. We're heading into that top moving, and so there will be opportunities. Cami and Saito, they're finding some for themselves.
Here's where they start to actually get into hot action. 2 eliminations, but they need to finish with at least 5 to make this position. All this power worth it. No points yet, just placement. They need those elims. Bevy's Pablo Wingu getting ready to be spinning top inside these boxes, looking for any shots all around. Haven't found much, so dip in the zone, and then Kinetic Blade sky high. Look at Queasy and Vino. They're playing a different game.
And Vino is dropping down. How many times have you seen that today? How many times has it led to a victory royale? These guys are prepared, pistol in hand, taking players down, and all the players beneath them running on bare bones, just left with wood. Some players without anything at all. Seti and Cami now popping their slurps, popping their heals, trying to stay alive, trying to pick off someone from the deep in zone.
Bevy's probably on low. Seti Kemi in the business with Queasy and Vino on heights. Looking at 3 different duels here, and Pablo Wingu's on the wall up against Seti, who is then getting just bullied by Vino from the top ropes. Pablo Wingu down to no shields, just 1 more shot to take. Bevy's on the other side, he gets dropped down. It's Vino up against 2. Another one blocked him against Seti. He's taking out all of EU, but he gets taken down. Doesn't matter. It's Deja EU again and again and again. Queasy and Vino win games. And they have to. They need something. This is potentially risking their global spot. This might be the game decider. Over 2 days, Banyak's down. Carmen needs to find something. This could be the clutch. Almost gets one. Looks he won't fall. He's also a top 10. He needs to stay alive. Max mats for Carmi. He's found something. This has to be a clutch.
They got split up for a second, and Tayson and Flash capitalized. Carmi now has a solo clutch in his hands. You know, Queasy still looking up, still looking for opportunities to chop. They're also focused on finding their position in zone. Vino leading the way as he's done so well this season, and now they'll continue. Cami and Hetty, they're still alive in this game, and we know haven't been powerful enough, haven't been strong enough. This is the game where they have to be more aggressive with the limbs.
I'm just getting word that every single EU powerhouse is online and in the sector of the zone. Tayson Mersax playing it from the backside, looking for any stragglers. Jerky and Ferdoxi getting chopped by Potus Snazian. Ferdoxi almost hits the ground. Mersax goes for the sky, but can't find much. Jerky is down. Ferdoxi left on his own to try to defend it. not beamed in the sky. He's now just eyes down.
Barely surviving that one. But now, Thomas and Malabuka, they're going to keep moving. Mirroring the height team, gets to the front of the zone and going to look to box up. This duo still has so much power to unleash on the lobby. And if Kemen isn't careful, he'll feel Thomas's wrath. Now looking to top it out. And it's easy as can be with those pulse rifles in hand. But who is it on height they're going to look to try and fight? Who is it that they're going to look to cut out? It's the Frenchies. Pulled aside. Melted down. Snazy still trying to fend for himself above. For how much longer can he hold?
Thomas is the sun and he's shining bright. Everyone else melts below. Going for the next shot. Doesn't find much. It's chaos next to the reboot where no one can build. Tayson's head blocked off, and as a result, he go down. All of them are stopped, but he's slapped in the face. Ping takes them out. Vino and Queasy are on height again.
Surprise, surprise. Look who it is. And look who it is. Clutching in the back of zone. Hold aside. Nothing to do with Thomas HD. Take it down. And now Malabuka and Thomas, if they can get back together, can really give Queasy and Vino a run for their money. On low though, there are still Titans here they need to deal with. It's Cami in the back. It's Blatcher on their level. I even saw Mr. Savage and Vidil running a run in this one. Everybody wants a piece of this final game.
Lowground's mythic up top. It looks unreal. There's no chance for anyone in the middle to survive this epic sandwich of two goated duos going back at it over and over again. Queasy low HP, so as much as up to Vino, we're Stash taking, or Malabuka taking a huge shot as Thomas HD is left in the driver's seat with all the heals. Kenny drops down and it's his turn to have a game.
We said he needed to be more aggressive in these moments. And maybe now the perfect time to show that they can be that duo. Thomas taking away the zone, needs to make something happen. He's gonna fall eventually. Malabuka might get flushed up as well. It's Vino pushing, and it's Vino hitting shots. We see him down. We see him try and cause manic. We see him try and cause chaos. And that's what he's doing here. Queez now following as well.
Full health, the duo side by side, 2v2. 4 games on day 1. Potential, but they have to face against Eddie and Cammy.
And it's a rematch between these two duos. We saw it already earlier today. And Queasy and Vino came on top. Well, Cammy and Seti let it happen again. Keep it going. They keep moving in the zone. And Vino is an absolute monster. He takes down one. Can Queasy pick up the other? Solo HP, but he'll make it happen. Seti and Cammy fall once again at the hands of Queasy and Vino.
20 eliminations, 330. I mean, placement points, 4 victory royales to card. I mean, what is there more to say apart from just genius?
Look, literally, what more is there to say? But looking at second place, Cammy and Seti, 326 points. Remember,